What's on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of When They Cry. So when we last left off, we actually met Rina, and now we are about to meet Mion. Mi-chan, good morning. Coming up to the next Renidus part. Coming up to the next point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved. Ah, finally, you two are late. Usually you're the one who's late. In sharp contrast to the diligent Rina, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's Mion Sonozaki. For what it's worth, she's our senior and head of the class. Morning, Rina, and it's been a while. How many years? I was only off 2 days. Ahahaha. You don't say. You were so much cuter back then. Mion's gaze started at my chest, then dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. So, she was saying it was my crotch that was cute back then. Before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried to show it to her. I've grown quite splendidly. You'd be surprised. Not only is he bigger, but he has a little moustache now. Being so with energy every morning is quite a problem though. I'll introduce you next time, so be sure to greet him properly. What the fuck? Don't say next time, right now is just fine. How about letting the guy get a brief breath of fresh air more? I don't think I've ever heard her talk so dirty. You could smell it fouling up the morning air before. Mion sure does act like an old man sometimes. Gotcha. Time for the big reveal. Hope you don't regret it. As my hand reaches for my fly, Rina begins to ramble in near panic. Hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Red-faced and flushed, Rina tried to play dumb, but it was obvious she knew exactly what we were talking about. How was it? Seeing the city again? Mion switched gears, dropping the dirty talk and changing to the topic to something more befitting the pleasant morning. I only went for a funeral, I didn't have much time. So yeah, did you look for it? The thing I asked for. You're not listening at all. I just came back from a funeral. I didn't have any time to look around in toy stores. Tusk, tusk, tusk. Toy stores and hobby shops are completely different, you know. It's really difficult to get Western stuff around here after all. Is this about games again? Oh, what have I done? Mion nodded proudly as Rina giggled. Yep, I wanted him to bring me back a Westport catalogue, you see. Westport was short for Western Imported Games. Using that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky. You can just get them to send you one in the mail, can't you? Well, guess I have to now. I'm going to get another game full of hot action. This time I'd like a game that's easy to understand. Mion is a board and card game enthusiast, and I hear she's collected quite a lot of different ones. According to Rina, Mion's room has kind of become a museum for domestic and foraging games. If there's a game you think I'd understand, let me play too. Heh, of course. If Ch.1 is up for it, I should warn you though, we're pretty tough. Just what I want. I play all sorts of games, I don't intend to lose. Whoa. Then we'll let you in the group this time, I guess. I guess. Bristling with joy from head to toe, Rina looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink, and her expression perked up even further. I thought boys preferred playing outside more, so I figured you wouldn't want to. Rina laughed happily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't think I'd have moved here less than a month ago. I understood that they did all they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I have to try harder to fit in, so that I won't feel like I have to try to make... I have to try harder to fit in, so they won't feel like they have to try to make me feel welcome. I felt like if I had acted a bit more open than I usually am, it should probably be about right for this place. Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was also only one class. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study in the same class. I'm told that long ago there used to be a bigger school building, and that they had actual separate classes. However, it seems something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. Mion, who had been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead, right in front of the classroom door. So I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Heh, too bad I wasn't going to fall for that again. To think you'd give up the lead here. You meant for this to be a test of my skills. Mion chuckled with a haughty smirk on her face. What is it, you guys? Step back, Rina, it's dangerous. She's here. Huh? Then Satoko-chan is. I think that's right. Her name was Satoko Hoju. Fuck that. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. Oh, I know who this one is. It's the blonde girl. The way she talks was annoying, but it would just be immature to get worked up just over that. The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap. A blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious. A hearty laugh came from beyond the door. Excellent, Ki-chan. I guess that means you win this round. No, this is Satoko we're talking about. I doubt this is it. After falling for such an intricate trap since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. She liked to combine a variety of traps that were simply there to bait you into the main one, traps that relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Rube Goldberg machine, the list goes on. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax. By the looks of it, the eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. I took a pretty heavy hit from a blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day. So then why don't you just open the door and let it drop? That's what it is. That's what Satoko was after, making me focus my attention upwards, so as I lifted my hand to the door, there were thumbtacks stuck to the sliding door handles with tape, a frightening trap. A potent and terrifying trap. Concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination, but in the end nothing more than the trivial machinatives of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching on my leg. By the time I realised she had me hook, line and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall in an almost picturesque manner. Ki-chan, watch out! Instinctively reacting to Mion's shrill warning, I twisted my body in midair before I landed on the floor. Ow, ow, ow! An inkstone, filled to the brim, was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered, imagining this situation had I landed square on it. My, what do we have here? A fair morning to you, Ki-chan. Aren't we a lively one this morning? Still sprawled in an awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice. That was a step up from your usual traps. I haven't the faintest idea what you meant. You're quite unlucky this morning. You little... Ow, 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 ow. It seems I've inadvertently sprained my back a little when I landed. Better than landing on that inkstone. A small hand gently rubbed my head. Pain, pain, go away. The small dainty hand continued to gently stroke my head. You didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, the pain disappears. I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help my back, but it didn't. It's not so much about what you actually do, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, thanks Rika-chan. The pain's going away now. Yay, Rika-chan, good morning! Good morning to you, Rina. A good morning to all. Rika-chan greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. It was infectious. Rina, Mion and I bowed back. You're such a good kid, Rika-chan. So much better than Satoko. I glared over in her direction. She was whistling while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact. I am the very model of a good girl. A good girl who wouldn't set those nasty traps. Nothing but lies and slander. Exactly what proof were. I picked her up by the back of her collar. She looks like a misbehaved cat when I do this, but a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She's much harder to deal with. I'm sorry. Try saying that. If you won't say it. I cocked my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to her forehead. I'm against violence. You don't even have any proof. Just so you know, my forehead flick really hurts. It can split plywood right in half. Eek! Stop, get away from me, you beast. Don't say that in a way people will misunderstand. A small hand tugged on the back of my shirt. She's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days. Rika-chan, really, it's just so... How could I do anything more after being told that? I gently released my grip on her, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut, as she braced herself for the forehead flick. It doesn't bother me. You mustn't cry. Keep on fighting. Yeah. Rika gently petted the head of her prankster friend. You would never guess these two were the same age. I think Satoko could learn a thing or a million from Rika-chan. Next time, set an even more amazing trap. Wait a minute. As she observed the scene, Rena's expression grew ecstatic and she began to swoon. Sato-chan is crying. So huge. You can't take them home. Huh? But they're so cute. You can't no matter how cute they are. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But just for a bit, it's fine. It's fine? Rena kept a cutesy face even as outrageous ideas spewed from her mouth. According to Mion, Rena is ridiculously weak to cute things and always tries to take them home. Object or person? Stealing is bad, but abducting people is even worse. Give it up. Then I can just look. Just looking? That should be fine, right? Right? Rina swooned over Satoko's crying form. If a girl ever goes missing in Himazawa, I'll be forced to turn Rina into the authorities. Forgive me, Rina. I'll be sure to bring your care packages when they put you away. Right guys, I think I'm going to end this episode here. But yes, so we've met all the characters basically. And yeah. So hopefully the next one should have some more action in it. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I think I'm going to go watch the anime for this now. Because I haven't seen it in ages and I do really feel like watching it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.